Men always want to be a woman's first love. Women like to be a man's last romance. We live in an age when unnecessary things are our only necessities. Always forgive your enemies, because nothing annoys them so much. Truth indeed is a thing that's most painful to listen to and most painful to utter. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. True friends stab you in the front. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. The one charm of the past is that it's in the past. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions. Their lives a mimicry. Their passions a quotation. Only the shadow knows themselves. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. The only difference between the saint and the sinner is that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. The terror of society, which is the basis of morals, the terror of God, which is the secret of religion, these are the two things that govern us. Experience is one thing you can't get for nothing. To get back one's youth, one has merely to repeat one's follies. Experience is merely the name men gave to their mistakes. Each man lived his own life and paid his own price for living it. Nowadays, people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. I can resist everything except temptation. Crying is for plain women. Pretty women go shopping. Suddenly, at some moment in our lives, we understand that we are no longer the actors, but the spectators. When one is in love, one always begins by deceiving oneself, and one always ends by deceiving others. That's what the world calls a romance. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Anybody can sympathize with the sufferings of a friend, but it requires a very fine nature to sympathize with a friend's success. If men married the woman we deserved, we would have a very bad time of it. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. I like men who have a future and women who have a past. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. I choose my friends for their good looks, my acquaintances for their good characters, and my enemies for their good intellects. The harmony of soul and body, how much that is. We in our madness have separated the two, and have invented a realism that's vulgar, an ideality that's void. Ridicule is a tribute paid to the genius by the mediocrities. Men marry because they are tired, women because they are curious. Both are disappointed. Between men and women, there is no friendship possible. There is passion, enmity, worship, love, but no friendship. You don't love someone for their looks, or their clothes, or their fancy car, but because they sing a song only you can hear. Everything in moderation, including moderation. You will always be loved, and you will always be in love with love. A great passion is a privilege of people who have nothing to do. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. The basis of every scandal is an immoral certainty. You are not young enough to know everything. When I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life. Now that I'm old, I know that it is. There is only one thing in life worse than being talked about, and that's not being talked about. One can always be kind to people about whom one cares nothing. The very essence of romance is uncertainty. If a man treats life artistically, his brain is his heart. If you wish to understand others, you must intensify your own individualism. All women become like their mothers. That's their tragedy. No man does. That's his. The form of government that's most suitable to the artist is no government at all. Ordinary riches can be stolen. Real riches cannot. In your soul are infinitely precious things that cannot be taken from you. To become the spectator of one's own life is to escape the suffering of life. The only reason one should never marry is because one should always be in love. Live the wonderful life that's in you. Let nothing be lost upon you. Be always searching for new sensations. Be afraid of nothing. Art is the most intense mode of individualism that the world has known. Sooner or later, we have to pay for what we do. Making a useful thing, as long as he does not admire it. The only excuse for making a useful thing is that one admires it intensely. To get into the best society, one has either to feed people, amuse people, or shock people. The past is what man should not have been. The present is what man ought not to be. The future is what artists are. The old believe everything. The middle-aged suspect everything. The young know everything. Nothing should be out of the reach of hope. Life is hope. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. It's a curious fact that people are never so trivial as when they take themselves seriously. One should never trust a woman who speaks of her real age. A woman who would tell one that would tell one everything. Journalism is unreadable, and literature is unread. Only love can keep anyone alive. The world is divided into two classes: those who believe the incredible and those who do the improbable. Leave us some unreality. Don't make us too offensively sane. To test reality, we must say it on the tightrope. When the very ties become acrobat, we can charge them. Hope for your support in forms of likes and comments. Thank you for watching.